You can get paid to cuddle, to be someone's friend, and even for what's inside your gut. Sounds fake? I thought so too until I dug deeper and found 7 unusual side hustles that actually pay. Some of them are weird, some of them are kind of genius, and one of them can pay up to $500 per day if you actually qualify for it. I'll go over all 7 of them in this video here, and at the end I'll also share a quick bonus side hustle that can stack with most of these to boost your income without much extra effort, so make sure to stick around for that. In case you don't know, my name's Michael and I've tested hundreds of ways to make money on the side. And in this video, I'm sharing 7 of the most unexpected side hustles that I've come across. I'll show you how they work, what you can realistically earn, and what to be careful about, because just like with normal side hustles, there are sometimes some catches you need to be aware of. So let's get into it, starting with a side hustle that might have you rethinking your next haircut. So the first of the 7 unusual side hustles is to actually sell your hair online. And I know there will now be a lot of jokes in the comments about that is probably not a job for me or anything like that. So yes, I know this is not a way, obviously, that I can make a lot of money, but I also want to share opportunities that are not only relevant for me, but also for others. So just wanted to get that out of the way, as I know there will be a lot of comments about that. But anyways, there are several platforms that actually allow that. One of them, for example, this hair salon, and you can go there and you can see people sell their hair. Someone here for $650, someone here for $350, and they make these different posts here, and you can see someone even sells hair here for $1,500, and you can see it got a lot of views there. One little tip here, if you decide to use hair salon, or for example this buy and sell hair online, that's another platform. I actually do have a list on my website also of some different platforms like this. I'll leave a link to that below so you can check that out if you think this is the right way for you to make some extra money. But just be aware that you shouldn't just cut your hair and then put it up there. Usually people want fresh hair, so you need to actually go here and first make the posting and do not cut it or anything like that. And if you want to do this, of course you need to take well care of your hair and all that. But if you are going to get a haircut, you have nice long hair anyways, why not maybe earn a little bit of money from it? I didn't know that was possible until I came across this, so I just found it quite interesting and wanted to include that on this list here. But the next one is something that really also surprised me, was a way to potentially make money, and even potentially quite good money every single day. So the next one is where you can actually get paid for selling your stool, so what's inside your gut. And there is a website called humanmicrobes.org, and they are working to find people with healthy and disease-resistant microbiomes in their gut, and they are accepting recipients from US, Canada, and around the world. And you can go to the website, you can scroll down, and you can read more about becoming a donor. And if you actually qualify, you can scroll down here and you can see the first look at the screening questionnaire. There you need to verify your stool type and physical fitness, video interview, and then there's tests and all that. It's paid by them. And then you can see here, then you would actually get paid $500 per stool. So if you are having bowel movement every day, that could be a total of $180,000 per year. As it says here also on the website, this is only for 0.01% of the population. But if this happens to be you, well, this can basically be a really, really good full-time income. But of course, it's very hard to qualify, but it's so unusual that I definitely wanted to include it in this video here. The next option is to join a platform called Papa, and this is where you can get paid to become a pal. And you can see on the website here a little bit more about what it means there. So it will basically be to give social support and companion care to straitened families and help older adults, for example. You can see some of the tasks here can be companionship, meal preparation, house tasks, and running errands. And on average, people are actually earning $22 per hour for doing this. And at the same time, you're actually making a difference. So if you really like human connections, helping others, there is actually a way to potentially get paid to do that. And the next option is a little bit similar also, where you can actually get paid to become a friend. So let's look into that next. The next option is to get paid to become a friend, and one option or one platform where you can find tasks or jobs or work like this is rentafriend.com, and you can see here people are actually paying you to do all kind of things with them for platonic friendships. It's important this is not a dating website or anything like that. They have very clear conditions about this. This is for example, becoming a virtual friend, going to a bar, prom dates, clubbing, skiing, workouts, travel, all these different things where people need a companion, and then they can hire someone to actually go with them. They used to have a table on the website that showed earning examples, but it's not there anymore. But you can basically set your own price, but of course, if you set it too high, you might not actually get hired. But in general, it starts at around $10 per hour. But I have also seen examples of people that are charging up to $50 per hour. The people that are actually hiring you, they have to pay to be a member here. So that's also a part of how they are actually filtering people. So the fifth option is to become a pooper scooper. That basically means to collect dog poo, because people are actually hiring others to do that. One of the popular companies that offer this is called Duty Calls, and if you go to their website, you can see they have different employment opportunities, but they have franchises different places, and you would need to apply for each of these franchises there to see if they need someone. But they have a lot of people employed there, and different locations are looking for people. Sometimes they don't have any specific information about how much you can earn for that, because that does depend on the franchise itself. But I have seen salaries reported of around $15 per hour. But if you have experience with this or other companies as a poop scooper, then I would love to hear your experiences and your salary for it in the comments below. Personally, I think this is definitely also an unusual side hustle that I did not think was even a way to make money, but it just shows that if you look around, there are many definitely different ways to make money. And in this case here, you could potentially maybe even become a franchise taker if you have the finances to do that and the experience and all that, because it is apparently a popular business model. So we now only have a few more options to go over, and it'd be great if you could just take 1 second to like this video, because it can help it to be seen by more people, and I would definitely appreciate that support. So the next one actually really surprised me also, and that is that you can become a professional cuddler and get paid to cuddle with strangers. Personally, not something for me, but since this is a video about unusual side hustles, as I said at the very beginning, I will also include options that are not necessarily for me. And who knows, maybe it is for you. Feel free to share it in the comment whether it would be something you would do or not. But basically, if you are a kind, caring and understanding person who loves to cuddle, then you can become a professional cuddler with cuddlecomfort.com and earn great money as an independent contractor. And you can see there are certain requirements there. You need to have a photo there. They're accepting all races, ages, genders, and sexual orientations. You can see you need to be reliable there. And you also would need to actually sign a contract. The thing is that you would be able to set your own price there. And you can see you keep 85% of the total session price there. And this is apparently the largest client base, because they started on the scene here, one of the first companies, and they have over 400,000 potential clients across the US. And what can you then earn? Well, it says here it really depends on your location there mainly and what price you set, but the market rate is around $80 per hour, but ultimately you can charge whatever you want on any given day, it says here, and then you would be able to keep 85% of it. So that could also be an option if you think this sounds like something for you. The last option is to become a background actor, for example in Zoom meetings or webinars. It might sound a little bit strange, but there are actually some companies and creators that hire people to appear as audience members or participants in, for example, Zoom events or webinars to boost the perceived engagement. Some people also hire, for example, people to be in the background Zoom calls just to make the crowd and the setting look realistic, sometimes even where you look at as a consultant or something like this. Exactly where you can find them, there are many different options. The best way is to actually search for it in your area. But one place is, for example, to Central Casting. You can go here and you can find different background acting jobs there. You can see some different ones there. Another option could be allcasting.com. You can see they currently have 747 roles found. Here, this is, for example, 100 Canadian dollars per day. This is not necessarily for Zoom calls, all of them, or they are not for Zoom calls or anything like that, all of them, but it can then be for other background acting jobs in certain films, also in certain series, all kind of different things. So where you don't actually necessarily have to participate as an actor or an actress or be trained, you just need to be in the background, and then you can sometimes earn money by doing that. And these are just a couple of examples I just showed you. If you just search online in your local area for background casting or background acting roles or things like that, you can in most cases also find some opportunities there. So before we wrap up, here is the quick bonus tip I promised earlier, because most of the side hustles that I showed you here, they require your attention, but they don't always use your phone or internet fully. So why not let it earn for you in the background while you do these hustles or these jobs here? And there are actually apps that pay you passively just for being connected. Some examples, for example, is Pawns, where you just install it and then having it running, you will earn in the background just by sharing your unused internet bandwidth. Another example where you can also just install it on your device, let it run and earn whenever you're online is Grass, where you will earn the Grass token, a cryptocurrency, and on Pawns you can get paid in Bitcoin, PayPal Cash or gift cards. And then we have Honeygain, where you can get paid via PayPal or the crypto JMPT. This again is one you can just install. You can install these here, actually all of them, also on your computer, but in this case, if you want to let it run while you're doing other tasks, then it can just be on your phone. I want to make it very clear that these three options here, they won't make you rich or anything like that. It's just for a little bit of extra money on the side if you have an unlimited internet plan. Because if you stack them with your main side hustle or just let them run in the background, it's an easy way to boost your total earnings without doing anything extra. And that's why I wanted to share it here as a little bonus tip. I do have a list of the overall best passive income apps like this. I'll leave a link to that below so you can also check that out if you want to take advantage of this opportunity. But overall, also, if you have any questions, any comments, or anything, I would love to hear from you in comment below. Also, please let me know which of these unusual side hustles do you think sounds the most strange, weird, or the most interesting for you. I would love to hear that in a comment below. And finally, if this video helped you, make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I will share a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.